Welcome. So in today's video we are going to learn the quick way to multiply any number by 11 or a sequence of 1 like 111, 1111 and other ways of doing the multiplication. So let us start the process and understand it through one example. So suppose we have to multiply 26 by 11. So what is the process that we are going to follow? We have 26 here. So what we can do, just for our convenience, we can add one extra 0 in the end and 1 0 in the beginning, and then we can take the sum of two digits at a time from the right. So if I add 6 and 0, I will get 6. If I add 2 and 6, I will get 8. And if I add 0 and 2, I will get 2. So the answer for this particular problem will be 286. Let us take one more example. Suppose I am taking here the number 34 and I have to multiply it by 11. So what we can do? We can visualize that we have a 0 before 3 and we have a 0 after 4. Means you can just imagine it like this. This is something that is required in the beginning. You solve some problem, you can do this mentally also. Now what you have to do? You have to add these two numbers 4 and 0. So what you will get? You will get 4. You have to add these two numbers 3 and 4. What you will get is 7. And finally you have to add 0 and 3. So what you will get is 3. So here the product is 374. Let us take a bigger example to understand the things better. Now here also, if I look at this number, we can visualize it like this. That's 42631, 1 0 in the end and 1 0 in the beginning, and start adding two digits at a time. So if you add 1 and 0, you will get 1. If you add 1 and 3, you will get 4. If you add 6 and 3, you will get 9. If you add 2 and 6, you will get 8. If you add 4 and 2, you will get 6. And if you add 0 and 4, you will get 4. So the product in this case will be 4, 6, 8, 9, 4, 1. We don't have to do anything. We just have to keep adding the numbers, taking from the right and taking two of them at a time. Now look at this. Now if you can visualize this mentally, what you can consider? You can consider that there is a 0 in the end and there is a 0 in the beginning. So you add 0 and 4, so you will get 4. You add 4 and 9, you will 4 and 5, you will get 9. You add 3 and 5, you get 8. You get add 0 and 3, you get 3. So the product will be this number, that is 3894. I hope it is making sense to you. Let us take some more examples quickly, because examples is something that will help you to master the art of doing the fast calculation. So if I have to multiply this number by 11, so what we can do? We can follow the same process. Imagine a 0 here, add 3 and 0, you will get 3. Now add 7 and 3. When you will add 7 and 3, what will happen? You will get 10. Now in this problem, you are getting a two-digit number. So in this case, what you do, you put 0 and then you imagine that you have 1 as a carry over term. So 1 is a carry over term. Now you take these two numbers. If you take these two numbers, 5 plus 7 is 12, and this 1 carry over term will make it 13. So you get 3. Now 13, here you wrote 3 and you have the carry over term, that is 1. Now you are going to add these two numbers. So 4 and 5 will be 9 and this 1 carry over term. So that will give you 0 means 10, and this 1 carry over term is there. You have a 0 in the beginning. So 0 plus 4 is equal to 4, and that 1 carry over term that you already have taken, that will give you 5. So the product will be 50303. I hope it is making sense. Yes. Now to understand it better, let us take few more examples, right? Suppose you take any random number, like you take 2, 7, 8, 6, 5, 2. and you have to multiply this number by 11. So what you have to do? For your convenience, I am explaining the details. So I will write 0, 2, 7, 8, 6, 5, 2, 0. If you practice this process of adding a 0 in the beginning and a 0 in the end, can be done mentally also. Now we have to start with these two numbers. So if you add these two numbers, you will get 2. Then you add 2 and 5, you will get 7. You add 6 and 5. So here you are getting 11, right? So you can't write 11, you write 1, and then you write 1 here, which is the carry over term. Now in the next you have 8 and 6. So 8 and 6 is 14, but 1 carry over term. So 14 plus 1 is 15. Now you have 1 carry over term, and you proceed further. Now if you add this 7 and 8, you get 15, but this 1 carry over term will give you 16. So you will write a 6 here, and then 1 again will be the carry over term. Now you add this 2 and 7. So 2 and 7 will give you 9, and this 1 carry over term will give you 10. So you write the 0 for that, and then 1 is the carry over term. Then you add 0 and 2, and it is 2, but the carry over term is 1. So what you get is 3. So the answer in this case is 3, 0, 6, 5, 1, 7, 2. I hope up to now it is clear to you. Okay, so moving further, we can use this idea to even find the product by multiples of 11. By that what I mean, suppose I have to multiply a number, suppose for example I take 4362, right, and I want to multiply it by the number 33. So we can't directly multiply quickly, but for making it faster, what we can do, we can consider it like 4362, and then 33 can be considered as 3 into 11. So in the first step, I can multiply this number by 3, which is easier because 2 into 3 will be 6, 3 into 6 will be 18, 1 carry, and 3 into 3 9, and that carry over term will give you 10. So you write 0, and then 4 into 3 12, and plus 1, that is 13. So this is how you get this 13,086. Now you have to multiply it by 11. So to multiply it by 11, you imagine a 0 here. So I am not writing, but I hope you can imagine now. So 0 plus 6 will give you 6. Now 8 plus 6 will give you 14. So 4 you write here, and then you consider the 1 is the carryover term. Now I am not here writing the carryover term because after these many problems you are comfortable to keep that carryover term in the mind. Now when you add 8 and 0, you get 8, and the 1 carryover term that you have, it will become 9, right? Now you write 3 and 0, that will give you 3. You add 3 and 1, that will give you 4, and here there was a 0, imagined 0, so 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So what did you get? You get 143946. So this is how you can multiply this number by 33. Now the idea, this idea can be extended to even multiply numbers by sequence of 1. Suppose for example I take 3, 5, 8, 2, and I want to multiply this by 1, 1, 1. Okay. So to multiply this by 1, 1, 1, what is the extension of the idea? That I will write 3, 5, 8, 2, and then now I will consider 2 zeros in the end and 2 zeros in the beginning. And now I will take 3 digits at a time. When I was multiplying it by 11, I was taking just 2 digits at a time. But when we are multiplying it by 111, I will consider 3 digits at a time. So if I add 2, 0 and 0, what I will get? I will get 2. Now the next 3 digit, 8, 2 and 0, these 3 digits, 8, 2 and 0, so that will give me 10. So I will write the 0 here, and the 1 will be the carry over term, right? 1 is the carry over term. Let us write it for better recall value. Now I have to take these 3 terms. So 5, 8 and 2. So 8 and 2, 10, 10 plus 5 15, and this 1 carry over term will make it 16. So I will write 6, and then I will write this 1 which will be carried over. Next three terms that we have to consider is 3, 5 and 8. So 5 and 3 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, and this 1 carry over term, that is 17. Again I have a carried over term, that is 1. Now the next three digits we have is 3, 5 and this 0. So if I add them, I will get 0 plus 3, 3, 3 plus 5, 8, and this 1 carry over term, that will give me 9. And finally I have to add 0, 0 and 3, so what I will get is 3. So what is the product here? The product here is 3, 9, 7, 6, 0, 2. The point I want to highlight here, that this carry over term that you are writing, or I am explaining, it is for your convenience. It is not necessary that you have to write. If you can do it mentally, you can manage without writing the carry over term as well. Let us take one more problem. Suppose I take 8732 and I have to multiply it by 111. Now I am going to explain it, and this is how I would expect all of you to do. Now I have to take the three terms. Let us take the three terms. So but before that, for better understanding, add zeros in the beginning and in the end, and then add these three terms. So what I will get is 2. Add this three terms now. 3, 2, 5 plus 0. Write 5. Add these three terms now. 7 plus 3, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. So write 2. 1 is the carry over term. So write 1. Now add these three terms. 8 and 7, 15. 15 plus 3, 18. And this 1 is 19. Again 1 is carry over term. Right. Now write this 0, 8, 7. So 8 plus 7, 15. And this 1 is 16. So write 6, 1 is the carry over term, and then 0 plus 8 is 8, and this 1 is equal to 9. So what is the product? The product is 9, 6, 9, 2, 5,